the owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a £5 note.
Nearly everyone knows this sublime piece of nonsense poetry by Edward Lear. Few realise that Lear had two other major talents. He was a consummate landscape artist, and he was an intrepid traveller and writer of travel books. And it is these aspects of Lear I want to tell you about. Now, I'm here in Corfu with the mountains of Albania behind me, and it is there that I'm going to follow in the footsteps of an epic journey that Lear began from here in 1848. I'm Robert Horne, and I'm following the path of Edward Lear, artist, poet, humorist, and traveller. Lear was one of the few people to explore the turbulent Southern Balkans during the 19th century. I'm taking his remarkable journal and drawings with me to find out what became of Lear's world. Thank you. On this way. Lear, who was by now 36 years old, was already a seasoned traveller. The life of a wanderer suited him, and he was rarely to be found in one place for very long. Even Corfu, an island that was as close to paradise for him as he could wish for, couldn't hold him.
I think for all his life, Lear was a wanderer, both physical and a spiritual wanderer. He had a desperately unhappy childhood from which he sought to wander away, to escape.
In May 1848, he prepared to set off for the east, into a land where, as he said, pots and pans were unknown. This remarkable reenactment happens every year, and this year I was told there were about 3,500 people here. The event itself happened 50 years before Lear was here, and as I understand it, immediately preceded the Suli women throwing themselves off the rock. And what happens now is a festival of dancing. When he left Suli village, Lear wanted to get to Paga, and he came down the route behind me, but they got stuck in the marshes. He had a guide called Andrea who was distraught about getting lost. He said he'd never got lost before, and he was an old man, and it must be his memory that was losing. Lear took a long time consoling him. Anyway, they ended up in the village over there, Amusia, where they stayed the night. And Lear, at midnight, walked down the strand, and the moon rose, and he said it was absolutely charming.
Here we are exactly at the spot where Ali Pasha lay wounded.
Wow.
Whilst he lay here, they shot him in the abdomen, and he died. Once the resistance from outside was spent, they came in. They dragged him out there, exactly on the stairs, and they cut his head off. In short, he was wounded in the abdomen, and whilst his soul faltered, they dragged him out and cut his head off.
Hey, this is pink. Could this be Ali Pasha's blood, do you think? So, in 150 years, we're travelling 50 times the speed, well, legally anyway, could go even faster, 50 times the speed that Lear went through, but he saw 50 times as much. We travelled straight through the landscape. He considered every blade of grass almost. so that in many respects he had a great advantage over us.